Hello, Sue here from Sue's Dog Roll My Kitchen, and I hope you're all well. And I hope you're looking into what's going on in the world. It's quite interesting right now what's going on in the world, isn't it? Anyway, so today I'm going to be making some almond crackers because we're on this low carb diet at the moment. So we're going to actually be making some low carb meals. Quite a lot of low carb meals actually, and snacks, and I have already made some, and this video will be added to all the ones I've already made. So these are almond crackers, and I put my own take on them also. Okay, there's millions of different recipes for almond crackers out there, so just go and look for some, but this is Sue's take on almond crackers when I used to make them in Sweden. So anyway, I've already ground up my almonds to make the almond flour, which is like quite coarse, but it really doesn't matter for this recipe. Okay, but if you want it finer, then you have to go and buy yourself some proper almond flour. But I can't see the point, so I'm just using these almonds and I grind them up in my grinder, and this has always worked perfectly well for me. Okay, so what it is 1 cup of almond flour basically means 1 small bag of almonds. I just noticed, which, let me see, which is about the same as this small bag of pecan nuts, which is about 125 grams. So that's about how much is in this cup. Okay, so 1 cup of almond flour, and then 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds. So this is a sesame seed one. I've not made this one before with sesame seeds. I've made them with all different things, but I've never used sesame seeds for this. So I'm just going to open the packet. And I'm going to add a couple of other ingredients as well. But this is basically just with sesame seeds and the almond flour, but I'm just grinding them up. But you could grind these up and make sesame flour. So I'm adding 3 tablespoons, which is near enough the whole packet. There's 50 grams in that packet. These are coming handy for sprinkling on other things. So you could just use less and just sprinkle them on the top, but it's saying to use that many, so that's what I'm doing. So this is just a recipe I found online. There's so many recipes, and I'll see if I like this one. If I don't, I'll try a different one. Okay, because I can't remember the original recipe that I used to use when I used to make these all the time. These are great for a little snack for nibbling in the afternoon, or any time really. And then you need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, which I have in this pot here. Then it said it's to add a little bit of salt, but I'm not going to do that. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because when I've rolled out my crackers, I'm actually just going to sprinkle a bit of this crunchy salt on, which tastes amazing on crackers, by the way. So that's what I'm going to do. And these are my additional ingredients that I'm adding. So I'm actually adding a teaspoon of sage. Here you could add any herbs and spices that you want to flavour up your crackers together. And then you can add a bit of pepper to it if you want to. You don't have to. These rules are to be broken. These aren't strict rules, okay? So just don't follow it to the exact way, because it's just going to be a bit haphazard, because everything I do is. Okay? But if you want the ingredients, if you leave me a comment below, I'll write the ingredients up for you. Okay? Or you can just follow along to the video, which will be rather nice. I am thinking of doing some cooking videos in the future. When we get back to normal, hopefully I can do some cooking classes here. That was going to be my plan before we went into this weird breakdown of being shut down completely. Right, and then it says just to add 1 large egg, but I've got 1½ eggs here because I haven't got any more large eggs, so I'm using just one standard size egg and one of my little banter mix. But if you have got large eggs, then use those. And then you just make this into a dough. So that's greased it so it doesn't move around too much. Otherwise you'll find it does that. So you might want to pin your paper down while you're doing this. So I'm just going to spoon this onto here. Right, so we're just spreading it out. Just like that. And then just put a bit of parchment paper on the top, which I'm going to grease first, so it doesn't stick to the mixture when you try and lift it off. So that's it. So obviously this is quite grainy because it's got lots of sesame seeds in it. But if you don't like sesame seeds, then don't use them. Simple answer. Or you could use poppy seeds. I was going to try it with poppy seeds, but I was going to put some cheese in it as well, so I'll put the cheese on the top once they're done and I've got them on the tray. So I'm going to get another piece of parchment paper and I'm going to grease it first. I can't remember how I used to do this, but I used to make this so much in Sweden when we were there. It's hard to remember now because that was quite a few years ago. I've already got a piece of that. Remember what I said about the foil? To keep it with greasing and stuff, because it's really easy to use. And then you can just reuse it a couple of times and then throw it away. So this is quite an easy way of just greasing a piece of paper, rather than getting the brush out and everything. If you've got this paper to hand, then just use it. Right, so that's it. And then what I'm going to do is just grease this board as well, so it doesn't keep rolling over while I try and... Right. And then I'm going to just put the grease side down on top of my mixture that I've just done. And then all you do basically is roller it out with a rolling pin. That's how you do it. And try and keep away from the edges, obviously, because you don't want it to ooze out from underneath the paper. You don't need to put flour or anything on because obviously it's between two pieces of paper. So we're just going to start in the middle and roll it to there. And then roll it back. Not too much. And then roll it that way. And roll it that way. So what you can do is once you've rolled it out, it's a bit uneven mine, is to square it up. So you want to do it really thin. Well, you can do it to whatever thickness you want, but I always find if they're really thin, they taste good. Right, so that's done. So lift up the sheets and put them on a baking sheet, basically. I'll just cut off the edge bit, doesn't really matter. Then take the bit off the top, that should all stay on the bottom. Okay. Just take it off gently. Some bit's coming off, but never mind. Right, that's done. Let's put that there for a minute. Okay, wipe my hands, just wash my hands. Sue back again. Right, sorry, things keep going wrong and I keep having to stop and start, but you don't know that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is just cut through it now, gently with a knife. Ever so gently. You're going to put some cheese on them. You don't have to have the cheese, but I like cheese. You could put some hard cheese on, like, you know, Parmesan or something like that. Well, I haven't got any of that. I've just got some normal cheddar cheese. That's what I'm going to put on them. That will be fine. Just don't restrict yourself. Do what you want. As long as you can eat them at the end of the day, that's all that matters, isn't it? And you get the drift of what I'm doing. Then do them this way. I'm just going to sprinkle some cheese on them, and hopefully they'll work. And then I'm going to show you how to make some cheese crackers. They're so simple. Just cheese nibbles, like there's just cheese that you melt, and you just then you let it cool and you break it up and you eat it. It's really nice for a little tasty snack, because we're trying to do all low carb here. So now put your crackers in the oven and we'll see what they're like. I'm just going to put them on the lower shelf in my oven because my oven's very, very hot and it's very hard to adjust, as I've discussed this before in previous videos. And if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, then why not? They can be quite entertaining. So leave them in there for about 5 minutes and then check them, okay? You might want to turn them round. It depends what your oven's like, but they're supposed to go in a moderately heated oven, you know, about 150 for 10-15 minutes, but I'm not sure if they'll take that long. Depends on your oven, so keep an eye on them. That's all I can say. Just don't move, okay? I'll be back in a minute when they're done. Okay? Right. Hi again, everybody, from Sue's Dog Rob My Kitchen here. I'm just going to transfer. I've just lifted it off so it's not stuck to the thing, but it's still stuck to the paper. So leave the paper on, okay, and you can see through it now, and you can see where all the cuts are that I've made. So I'm just placing it on here to cool it down completely. I'll be back again shortly when it's cooled down and I'll show you the finished product, okay? See you in a minute. Hi there again, Sue back from Sue's Dog Rob My Kitchen. I just want to show you how to make a handy little snack also for low carbers, and anybody who just wants to give their children some alternative to crisps. This is so simple. But all you do is you need a tray again, like before, for the crackers that we're waiting to cool down, which I have over there. So just put another piece of paper on the tray that you've already greased and cut it. And basically you're going to do the same thing as you did for the crackers, but just cheese. Okay, and then get another piece of paper, the same size, to go over the top, okay? So you've got your cheese, so all you're going to do, I'm just going to grate a little bit of this Dutch smoked cheddar, okay? Just so it has a bit of a smoky taste. You can use whatever cheese you want, but hard cheeses, okay? Hard cheeses work better with this recipe. So I'm just mixing the two cheeses together. And I'm going to put some herbs over the top, but I'll just sprinkle them on. So I've just done that. So I'm going to take this off a bit because I can't roll it out on there because it's the same principle as before, where you roll it out, but you're using cheese this time. And these are great. These are so good. I've made these quite a few times, and they are so delicious. So I'm going to roll it out first before I put the herbs on. So the thinner you roll these out, the crispier they are. But keep an eye on them in the oven because they literally won't take long. It's only cheese you're melting. So there we are. So there it is. I'll put that there because I'll probably keep that piece for another batch because that's not very dirty. So I'm going to actually sprinkle some herbs on this now. So I actually have some sage here. This is the one that's coming to hand at the moment, so that's the one that's going to go on there. Paper back on, just so that that gets pushed right into there. And just roll it out again. And when you go to eat these, you'll have nice bits of crystal salt. It'll be nice. So that's that. There we are. So I'm not going to cut this, I'm just going to cook it like this, and once it's cooked I will break it up, and you know, you could then cut it up if you wanted to make it more precise, or you could just break it up, it doesn't really matter. It depends how neat and tidy you want them to look. I suppose if you were giving them to people for like visitors and stuff, you might want to make them look neat and tidy, but if they're just for your family and yourself, then it doesn't really matter. I think they would just enjoy eating them. So you just pick this up. There you go. Squash cheese. Put it on your tray. And just put it in the oven. It's as simple as that. Probably only about 5 minutes. In a hot oven. Hot, yeah, my oven's hot. And I'll put them on the lower shelf again, like I did with the crackers. So let's get back to the crackers, shall we? See how this goes, right? I think it's perfect. Let's try cutting it. There's a knife. Actually, it tastes like peanut butter. That's strange, isn't it? So I've turned it over so I can see the lines from where I cut it originally. So now I'm just going to go down those lines. And obviously, the longer you leave them to cool, they will go crispy, because obviously they're quite greasy at the bottom with the cheese. If you didn't put the cheese on, obviously they would be crispy straight away, because the ones that with not much cheese on are pretty crispy, but the ones with cheese on are a bit more greasy. I'm just going to eat this little nibbly bit here. Mmm. It really does taste like peanut butter. Oh, these are cute. Ah. Perfect little crackers. I don't know why I'm putting them back on now, so just put on a... Oh, I wanted to air them at the bottom, that's why I'm doing it. You could make them bigger crackers, but I just want them like just a little mouthful crackers. Look at that. Perfect. So these are low carb, tasty little morsels. You could always put something on the top, you know, like a little bit of pate or whatever. You could have them with your salad, soup. I think they're just nice on their own. They're really delicious. I'm really liking these. I think my partner's going to like these a lot. So I'm making these so that we have some nibbles, because it's nice to have a few nibbles in the evening, isn't it? The almond crackers with cheese and herbs on. Yeah, they're really easy to make. And look, you've got loads there. So they're a really nice little snack. You could put olives on. You could have them with avocado on. Make an avocado spread. I made a spread today with pecan nuts. like pecan butter. There, you could have that on there. If you made them plain, I mean, there's so many things you can do with these. You can add whatever you want to them. So I'm going to put them over there because I need to get back to my cheese. And it's cooking nicely. We can smell the smoked cheese. Oh, this oven is so hot. I'm just turning it around. So I'll be back in a minute when the cheese is done, okay? Hello again everyone. So I've just taken my cheese out of the oven and I'm just draining off the oil, okay, that's on the cheese. So that will do. So there's quite a bit there, look, from the cheese. So I'll keep that to one side and I'll just use that for cooking. You don't waste anything, as I keep saying. So I'm just going to lift the paper off and put it on here, and that's it, okay? So that is actually going to be very crispy when it dries and when it goes cold. And all you do is you can cut it or you can just break bits off, and they make great cheese crisps or for dips, you know, like you just break a bit off and have it in a dip. So that's it really. So that's the cheese crisps, okay? So thank you for watching my channel today, and I hope you've enjoyed both of the things that I made. So I did make these beautiful crackers here, which I've now put on a plate. So I made these lovely almond crackers, great for a little snack for your nibbles, so that you don't eat crisps and things while you're on your low carb diet. That's what we're going to be eating. So we're going to be eating these lovely low carb cheesy crackers made with almond flour and sesame seeds, and cheese crisps made out of just cheese. So this cheese is 175 grams, I think, to 180 grams, with just a little bit of the smoked cheese thrown in there, and then I've sprinkled them with some sage. You can use whatever herbs you want, and then you can just break them up into crackers, into crisps. I put them in a bowl, use them for dips, like so. The smoked cheese just takes them to another level of niceness. Yummy! Oh, they are delicious. Right, hope you enjoyed what I made for you today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, never mind. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And please ask for the ingredients and I will put them below. If you want the ingredients, if you can't follow it on the video, because I do jump about a bit, then just ask and I'll put the ingredients for both of these at the bottom. Okay then, so please subscribe and tell your friends all about my channel. And I hope to see you again soon in my next video, which will be a nice surprise for you. So thank you for watching, and if there's any low carb recipes you'd like me to make, please just let me know in the comments below. So thank you for watching again, and bye for now. Bye!